Okay, guys, how's it going? All right. Today is Sunday, October 18th, 2020, in the year of COVID, and we're starting the Mastermind group, our Sunday Mastermind group. And I'll record it. For those of you guys listening on Facebook, I'm about to stop the live stream, but we come every Sunday. And if you want to sign up or inquire about it, just email me. I put the email in the link. It's JD at yourmobiletrader.com. JD at yourmobiletrader.com. But before I close the live stream, I just want to go over something real quick. Let's put this on the screen. It's going to be the 12 riches of life from Napoleon Hill. I'll just kind of go down the list. First one is a positive mental attitude. Second one is hope of achievement. Basically, the greatest of all forms of happiness comes as a result of hope of achievement. So positive mental attitude leads into the hope of achievement. Open mind on all subjects. Yeah, I mean, tolerance is expressed only by the person who always holds an open mind on all subjects. You know how we mention or discuss something and someone always shoots it down, or just a contrarian just to oppose I'm just playing devil's advocate. But sometimes you need that devil's advocate to move on for a little bit while you're hashing through your ideas, because everything doesn't come out in a perfect form. So as we're creating and kind of feeling our way through an idea, you have to pick and choose who you share it with. I don't want to say you. We have to pick and choose who we share our ideas with. I mean, we have those comedian calls them dream snatchers. Like, yeah, I saw your little vision board, or that little idea you got about takeout taxi. I don't know about that. Where you gonna get the money? All that all the obstacles are always there. So you look for open minded contacts, individuals, to where, I mean, that's what the mastermind is about, where iron sharpens iron. Proverbs 27:17. The sparks from just two. They said it. I was watching the baseball game the other night. Go Tampa Bay Rays, baby. Anyway, um, it said that you have to. He said steel sharpening steel, but I mean it's the same thing. Where you need someone that can match your energy, and but in a positive manner. Everybody doesn't have to just check you all the time. I mean, sometimes you need that, but when you're building a plan, you look for that person that's open minded, and kind of lean on them as your sounding board. Sound physical health, that's something we cannot forget or ignore, especially right now, but in all communities, but especially communities of color. A lot of there are a lot of food deserts in a lot of the urban areas where it's tough to be health. Well, it's not tough to be health conscious, but it's not as easy to reach out and grab the right materials, the right food. So I know a big thing is moving back to growing your own herbs and vegetables. So uh, alkalinity is a big thing in my household, in my life. So we're big on that. Capacity for faith. Faith is a connecting link between the conscious mind and the great universe. So believing in it, and it stems back to hope for achievement, positive mental attitude, open mind on all subjects, sound physical health, uh, self discipline. That's big. All of us are our own enemies, but then some have really good self discipline. I think someone said, if we're going to ask for a new car and we can't keep our current car clean or running, how are we going to be in position to receive that new car? So that's just one of the little, just a comment on that. Harmony in human relationships. Harmony with others begins with oneself. Okay, perfect. Uh, do unto others. Willingness to share one's blessings. Good. I'm an only child now. That's one thing, man. I had to work on sharing, but I'm getting better. Capacity to understand people. That's important. The capacity To understand others eliminates many of the common causes of friction to where just have to, sometimes I can read things with a judgmental eye or from a distance. And so we need to try to look at it from a different lens at times, a lens of understanding, freedom from fear, the fear of failure, fear of losing our job, losing our house, relationship, health. No one who fears anything is free. Fear is a forerunner of evil, and wherever it appears, one may find the cause. Fear must be eliminated before one may become rich in the fuller sense. Okay. Labor of love. No one is richer than the person who has found a labor of love and who is busily engaged in performing it. Labor is the highest form of human expression of desire. It is a liaison between the demand and supply of all human needs. Now, one thing on the master was the Master Key to Riches by Napoleon Hill. I had kind of got a little frustrated with that book on a low earlier chapter. I had to kind of get out of my own way because the information in there is outstanding. And the one thing that it mentioned is going above and beyond what we're asked to do, and when you find out someone says, well, they don't pay me to do this. And well, if I do it and I do extra, uh, my boss doesn't acknowledge that. And the I guess the counter argument or the rebuttal to that is that we're not we're not looking for you're not doing it for payment. We're not going above and beyond for payment. What did they say? The compound of compounding is an exponential return. So we're doing it for the next, whether we're being seen by someone else or we're preparing ourselves for the next move, going above and beyond and setting an example as we move forward. Financial security. Economic security is not attained by money alone. It is attained by the service one renders for useful service may be converted into all forms of human needs without the use of money. Now, again, this is a mastermind group. We meet every Sunday. Everyone, we have about 10 members, give or take, and I record each session and I email them out to our members who signed up and pay their dues and things like that. Uh, there's openings, so if you guys want to join, you just email me and let me know. Um, One of the things I was listening to the Master Key to Riches by Napoleon Hill, and he mentioned if you and a friend exchange $10, you give him $10, or you give her $10, she gives you $10. Each of you have exchanged the same amount, but no one's gained anything. But when each of you exchange ideas and thoughts and constructive feedback on each idea, there's an exponential return on investment of energy, of time, of caring, and it kind of ties into these 12 riches of life as well. So sharing our our sincere thoughts, not just like, hey, what if you tell someone you want to do something and say, well, what if this happens? What are you going to do? What if this? Not not the checklist of like, okay, are you prepared for the next move if this happens? But the what if? Why are you doing that? I don't associate with that group. I don't even mention my. We know who they are. So you move on, and you hop into that group of people who listen to you, sincerely listen to it. And um, in the book, I think it was The Richest Man in Babylon. One of the young disciples of uh, one of the richest men in Babylon asked the gentleman what did he do with his first set of earnings, and he said he gave his money to this gentleman who was a bricklayer. The bricklayer was going on a trip overseas to get precious jewels that he could buy at a discount and sell it at a markup. And so he said, well, kiss that money goodbye. Why would you seek counsel of a bricklayer when you need um, expertise in the jewelry industry or the fine jewels? Why ask for the seek the counsel of a bricklayer if you need building the foundation of a house or the walls of a house, you seek counsel of a bricklayer. If you're looking for uh, expertise in the money markets, go to an economist, a trader, things like that. People who uh, it's their job to bring a return on investment. Mo Jackson and I mentioned the other day. I said, Alpha One Securities. Dan Niles mentioned that, and I'll pull it up. Let's see. He mentioned the certain areas to kind of stay away from that they're staying away from. Let me pull it up. Alpha One, Dan Niles, yeah, and he runs a hedge fund. He's a portfolio manager. So his his big thing is making money for millionaires. So I'm going to listen to a gentleman like that. Now, if it comes to just an opinion, when I can find those opinions all over Facebook, whatever you want to see, whatever information you want to find out, you can pull it up on Facebook, and someone will have a comment about it. I let those fly with a grain of salt, man. We can do our own research. We can do our own digging. That's why I say exhaust all your free resources if you're looking to invest. Um, if you're looking to trade options, that's something a little bit different that I don't know. I wouldn't. You don't just want to just dive into lightly. You want to be trained in that. But from an investing, long-term investing standpoint, we can do our own research. We can go to investopedia.com is a good starting point. Great starting point. And as you get there, who's going to tell you if you feel in all of your being that, hey, I feel the cannabis industry is, I'm just going off the headlines, cannabis industry is undervalued right now. And I believe in 3 years, the majority of those companies, their price will be higher than it is today. Now, that's not the final layout of a strategy, but that could be the ground the framework of a strategy. Do you I've heard Warren Buffett say, I don't know what the quarterly earnings for this company will be, but I feel that stock price of this company, not 3 days from now, not 3 hours from now, but 3 years from now, 5 years from now, I believe that price will be higher than it is today. That could be square one. And then you dig off into, well, why do you think? Well, I believe that, if you go make your thesis, I believe the cannabis industry, uh, there will be more medical marijuana openings. Possibly recreational will be approved. It won't be a schedule. It won't be a felony across the board from a federal crime. Once those things are moved out of the way, there's upside because I believe we're at the bottom of the market. So that's how you can build your strategy, your investing strategy, your investment strategy, because we have to have a strategy in place before we purchase. If we just go out and buy without a strategy, with just the mindset of like you see someone give a reference or a recommendation on Facebook, I better get in this. You better. I told you. I can't stand the "I told you so's." I told don't. Well, maybe you don't know what my situation was. It didn't work out for me at that point in time. Cool. But if you see it, know how to vet um, the story or know how to pick your own stocks. So that kind of leads me into opening the mic up to the members. Tonight we have our current member right now is that's in the room with us tonight. Let's see, we have Kylan and our guest, I believe. Well, Lillian's a guest. She's a former student, and Cassandra. I don't know Cassandra, so but you guys open. Let's see, the mics are open. Uh, I want to talk about a few stocks, but if you guys want to drop a few stocks in the chat bar, just give me one at a time, and then I'll go through it. And but I want to tell you, I'm looking at the firearms basket right now. One of the things that I heard one of the analysts mention was that and I'm gonna stop sharing on stop the live stream, guys. So it's JD at yourmobiletrader.com if you have interest. All right, guys. Thanks for listening.